Hello, everybody, and welcome to the next episode of our Rimworld Gravship playthrough series here on YouTube, where we're currently following Sydney, Maddie, and Yeti in their journey of endlessly being pursued by the mech hive. We finished our last video with a bit of a cliffhanger and a decision to make, where we had a transport pod crash just north of our ship not long after landing in our new tile. And the person who crash landed is Wyshya Winkishion, a refugee from Yowubit who has about 5 hours left to live. Their stats are actually not terrible for if we're focusing on, combat and defense and construction, as well as, I guess, ranching, since Randy did give us a few yaks in the most recent couple of videos. But their shooting skill, they're at a 6 for shooting, melee, and construction, but they have a passion for shooting and melee, so they'll build those skills pretty quickly. Animals are very strong in with an interest in there. Plants, they're decent, but they can get more experience there as well. The downside for them currently is they can't do social and they cannot do firefighting as a result of their pyromania. So they will not put out fires, and they will occasionally go on a fire starting spree, which worries me a little bit, but our ship is mostly steel. We don't have a lot of wood structures, at least at the moment, although we will be getting some temporary structures up while we're on this specific tile. Overall, I think they would be a boon, but what's interesting about this pawn, if you remember from last time, is they do have a relation to someone that we are at least aware of, and that is their daughter, Saitite. So we actually have an active quest called Breaking Saitite Out, where they are being held by a Yowubit, it's a beautiful name, at a camp near, I believe, our previous Gravship landing site under armed guard. We have 12 days to accomplish this before they disappear, and they have 4 turrets, 1 mortar, and 2 Edekin defending a site, and there may also be an unknown threat. The thing I think that makes this kind of appealing from our colony's perspective is, if you recall, we are female supremacists. So our faction of women are seeing a crash landed woman here and who has a daughter under armed guard nearby. And if we actually take a look at the map, we can see that it's not very close. So whereas our initial goal was to start working our way to this ancient stockpile, I think what we'll end up doing is taking a quick detour over here to at least land as close as we can to stage a rescue of Saitit and attempt to reunite this family, basically. The trick for this is going to be rescuing Wyshya and then healing them, converting them, and arming them, basically, to prep them for an assault on another faction's camp. But I think this is going to be pretty interesting, and it's a chance for us to reinforce our numbers a bit more. We don't know much about her daughter Saitit, other than her strongest skill is animals, so our yaks will have just a wonderful life with so many ranchers in the community. But we're doing okay on food right now. We're going to plant some more. The question is going to be, what can we do to try to convert them as quickly as possible, and then get them all set to join the faction, I guess, join our cause. Now the Edekin is a different race, obviously, than what we have for our main 3 colonists. Just a quick read through. The Edekin descend from colonists engineered to thrive on ultra-cold planets. Their great size and fur makes them hardy in frozen environments, and they have a unique ability to communicate vocally and psychically with animals. They are not fast or energetic or precise, but can keep going when others would have collapsed long before. And so, with them being sturdier like that, I do feel like they would do really well with melee, because they can take more hits than the average pawn. And actually, so they have strong melee damage. They heal slowly. They're robust, so they take less injuries than others from the same damage. They have thickened, densified bones, nearly solid rib cages, and strengthened binding factors in joints and in flesh. So I think the combination of all that means that they are going to be really, really good for melee, but they are also quicker to anger. So if any of my colonists are an asshole to them, that will cause us problems. So, yeah, I think this is going to be interesting. I think this is so, you know, we've yapped enough about this. I say let's get underway. So, our current warden and doctor is Sydney. I've set Sydney's wardening priority to 1, so she'll prioritize being a doctor first, self-care, you know, around that area as well, and then wardening, so we can kind of speed up the process of converting Wyshya to our cause. So we're going to go ahead and arrest, aka rescue, Wyshya. Major break risk from Sydney. Gray pall. Oh. A gritty fog clings to the air. The smell is rotten and acidic. This unnatural weather creates feelings of dread. Well, that's great. That's cool. Love that for us. So, oh, the other thing that I'm not thrilled about is when we set up our faction initially, we did not change the required attire for the specific ideology roles. So Sydney, as the womanly rector, wants to wear a burqa and a veil because that is the outfit that goes along with her role. You can see here, required apparel, burqa and veil. I don't know. It slows their move speed down. I mean, the veil does provide toxic environment resistance and apparently pain shock threshold, but it's just an extra thing we have to make and wear. So I'm not thrilled about that. If there's a way, I don't know if there's a way to change it. I think we might have done a fixed ideology, so that might be just the way it is. So we'll deal with that. Okay. So she's being tended to. Her wounds aren't terrible. The gunshot's kind of wild, but especially to come down in a transport pod crash and have a gunshot, but not sure what happened in space to her. So let's speed up time just a little bit. I know, she's having a bad time. We have no cotton, right? So, we're gonna need to grow cotton in order to craft the required attire for Sydney. And I suppose for, let's see, did we assign our other? No, we didn't assign the other role because it wasn't super necessary. Animal filth, right. Let's get our new area. Oops. Manage area, expand, and then we're gonna set them to be right here. And then that will, and then let's reinstall that there. Okay, cool. So somebody's gonna move that. She is tended to, and now she's a prisoner, and we want to, can we convert first? The resistance is really high. So this is going to take a while, but if we can convert her first, that would be pretty helpful, because then we wouldn't need to necessarily do additional work once she's been recruited. So once they wake up, hopefully they will start working on that. This gray pall is not great. Oh, is it ending? No, it's not. So that's an anomaly weather pattern. I'm not sure if it's connected to a specific event happening or if it's just a new weather that can occur, but it's not making anyone feel great. Gray pall exposure. Yeah, not great. 8 without table feels unnecessary considering we have tables, but okay. We have a tailoring station, so once we have cotton, we will be good to go to make their religious or ideological attire. All right. Let's see. Growing zones. Let's double check where we have good growing zones. Not a lot of good spots, actually. So let's focus on, let's see. This is going to look really goofy. Oops. Yep, that's going to do that if you... This is gonna look real dumb. And then we'll just crunch this across. We have a lot of rice, but let's see, that would be like 95 meals. I say we grow more rice, but then we also start growing like potatoes up here, perhaps, or yeah, because we definitely want potatoes growing in rich areas. All right, I think that'll work. Potato plant, because the potato takes so it'll take about 11 days to grow, but with a more, let's see, will it show, what am I looking for? Nope, that's beauty. That's the room stats. Will it show? Well, the dark green is more fertile soil and will grow a little bit faster than non-fertile soil. The other thing we want to do is start planting cotton, but we'll wait until the food is planted first so that we can prioritize what we need to. Okay. Let's make this a little bit easier to convert them. We have 163 wood, so let's build a bed right here. We'll build them an end table as well. We want to try to improve their mood a little bit in here to make it easier to recruit. We'll wait for them to wake up so we don't need to rescue them off the ground. Their moving is still pretty bad. Can we assign this? No. God, I love the soundtrack in this game. Is so phenomenal. Okay, certainty is down to 54%. That's pretty good. I think Sydney's going to be good at doing this conversion. And a reminder, we have 11 days to rescue Saitit, and we can't launch our Gravship for another 4 days. So we have 4 days guaranteed to try to prepare as much as we can. And then as soon as we're able to, we're going to move closer to the camp and try to prep for the rescue. We're doing okay on chem fuel right now. What's interesting, let's see. Are we able to see view range? Here we go. Beyond maximum range. Is that just I'm guessing that's a limitation of the current type of grav engine we have, and then once we get an upgrade to it, we might have better range, because we definitely have more than 200 chem fuel on board, but we just can't go any further than 200 tiles. So, or the cost of 200 chem fuel. So if we were to land like in one of these tiles, we can get over to them pretty quickly within like a day. And that should work out pretty well. We may be cutting it close though. So we're gonna see how well that works. First priority is definitely recruiting Wyshya, who may get a new name afterwards. Although Wyshya is not that bad to pronounce. We may just change it so their nickname is Wyshya, because this is a mouthful. Wynkishion. Alright, potatoes are getting planted. Crisis of belief. Yep. Wynkishion's spirit has broken. As a result, she was forced to question everything. Wynkishion's certainty with her belief in hyperethics has been reduced to 4.4. This happened because of poor mood. The final straw was night owl and daytime. Okay, so we're going to have to be mindful of that when we convert her, that her schedule is going to need to be flipped from everyone else's. Because I don't think... Ooh. What's available? A human computer needing help. Amaya Coleman, Holy Divas of Exo Syndicate, is requesting a favor. Her friend Cindy Spencer is interested in learning about other cultures, and she wants you to host her at the Large Anguish landing site for 9 days. Cindy is suffering from paralytic aphasia and must be kept in bed. Well, we don't want Zach to join, because he will not be welcomed in a very friendly manner. We could do this for goodwill or we could also do it for Glitterworld Medicine, which is pretty wild. And Jade as well. I'm not keen on this right now because we are about to have one more additional mouth to feed with no place to put them quite yet. And we also are going to look at getting a fifth person right after that. And with Cindy joining, paralytic abasia is an illness that means basically they're completely immobile. They are bedridden for the entire duration of the sickness. There is a very, very small chance every day for them to spontaneously cure. That rolls, kind of rolls the dice. It's like, I think less than 1% chance that, I think once a day it triggers the check. And then if they're not cured, they stay paralyzed basically. So they would not be able to do any additional work. All they would do is eat our food, which we could survive with, but I'm just not. I don't think I'm really feeling that so much. We have enough going on. Yeti just leveled up to level 12 in plants, which is awesome. They're an expert with plants. So they're going to start working on the rice next, which is great. Look how fast she's planting. That's excellent. That's so cool. Where are the yaks? Oh, I didn't even see them under the, okay. That looks slightly less ugly. Major break risk. Sydney, what's going on? You really... Recreation unfulfilled. Right. We don't have anything fun to do we? Let's build some horseshoes. Let's get that going. And then let's get a... We don't have cloth for a shooting target, so never mind. Yeah, we don't have anyone with a bow. We can get... if we just had... We have 70 wood. Oh yeah, let's do this then. Let's do this, and then we'll build another dining chair right here. That way we can get chests, and then we also have the horseshoes going on outside. What more recreation do you need other than playing chess in your dining room or going out and throwing horseshoes? That's all I need. This chair takes forever though. Great. And she's gonna just take a break and play chess right after finishing. That's excellent. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so there's a different... certainty 4.7%. That's awesome. So that's different from resistance. Yeah, they're a raider. They're gonna have to be okay with slaughtering animals. Oh man. Okay, so, would it be tempting to convert to an ideology if their leader was called the Alpha Cheese? Yes. That would be pretty tempting. The Alpha Cheese is phenomenal for a group of raiders. Amazing. Just beautiful stuff. I really feel like I slacked on the creation of my ideology for that reason. All right, we're going to do, convert. What is this? All right, converted. Let's go. Sydney tried to convert Wyshya to her own ideology. Wyshya was convinced and changed her ideologion. Sydney has successfully turned Wyshya away from hyperethics and towards archism. Sounds like a dog. Awesome. Okay, so now that we've done that, so her certainty starts at 100%. She is oh wait, no, that's Sydney. So hers, 50%, that's fine. Now we can recruit. Now that may take a while. We're going to find out how much resistance. So the next time Sydney talks to Wyshya, we'll find out just how much her resistance is reduced every time she makes a visit. How's her mood? Still bad, but mostly because of intense pain. The heat is not great. Oh, it is hot. Okay. Yeah, indoors, it's okay. So we're gonna need to, unfortunately, do something about that. Let's get an air conditioner right here. And then we need to start ventilating this place. there, there, and then not quite there yet. Maybe by osmosis this will transfer some cool air. Awful barracks, that's unfortunate. Oh, we need to get her sleeping in that bed. Quest active. Oh. A group of poor children are approaching looking for help. The children are begging for 100 silver. They want the silver so they can buy back a friend who was recently kidnapped. You can give items to the children by selecting a colonist and right-clicking. The children will move on after 1 day. These children are not part of any faction. If you wish, you can choose to kill, arrest, sell, or harvest them without diplomatic consequence. So I will say, during one of our stream sessions, we did have the same event come through, and we did attempt to arrest the children because we wanted to convert them. The attempt to arrest did go poorly, and I think 1 or 2 of the kids died, and then the last one we did imprison, but he got into a fist fight with another prisoner who happened to be a fully grown adult. So it was basically like a 5 or 6-year-old versus a full adult, and he did not survive that fight. So that that did not go well. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Let's deconstruct. There we go. Now you'll be a little bit more comfortable, I hope. Okay, so this is the default game ending quest. There's a starship hidden on this planet and sends you its world coordinates. The starship is deep in hibernation mode. You'll have to start it up when you arrive and then defend it from raiders while trying to steal it until the startup sequence completes. It will be a long, difficult series of battles. If you can get the ship off the ground, Charlton Whitestone will take you off this Rimworld to the stars. So that's like from the very original game was kind of the end game ending. Let's see. Not a huge drop in resistance. That's unfortunate. So we may have the daughter joined before before the actual mother. Okay. Who are these people? Just out of curiosity. Baseliner, bloodlust is a really good trait to have. Interest in shooting is pretty cool. Interest in cooking, interest in crafting. That's kind of nice. Neurotic can be nice. Brawler, good melee, interest in mining. Oh, but unwaveringly loyal, so they will never join us anyway. So, yeah, we'll probably just let them move on. We only have 300 silver anyway, so we'd be giving them basically a third of our wealth, which I'm not very keen on. All right, that built. And then this should, there we go. This is set to 70. We'll drop this down to 68. This will cool things down. You can see on the bottom right, our indoor temperature is dropping. That help in here a little bit? No, not much. A little bit. If we can get to the 70s, wait, Yakwood is giving birth. Oh god. If we can get to the 70s for her, I feel like that would probably be best. But it's also worth noting, being Edekin, she is best suited for frozen environments, it seems. Awful prison cell. Yeah, sorry about that. This was not purposeful. They are they are cathartic right now, so that's helpful. And what we could do in the short term, not really the short term because we're leaving in 3 days. I was going to suggest we build a better cell, but we can't build like a temporary place because we'll be leaving very, very soon. Oh, but what we could do... What we could do is just build. We expand out to one side or the other. We could just have a holding cell connected in from one side. That could be potentially an option. It could be towards the front of the ship even. Away from everything. could be fun. Let's see. If we did that... Let's think about this. I think that could work. Where do we want to put it? I think if we like, yeah, if we prop it up like right here. So, like right here. Maybe, so that is a pretty small cell. Actually, no, it would be like this would be the cell, so that's not going to work. Let's extend it out like that, and then we want, yeah, we want this to be walled. Yeah. I'm terrible at visualizing this like in the moment, so let's just draw where the walls would be. Like this. We should actually make this, now that we're saying this, should be like that, so that we can keep our, red. Have our two, I like to have my hallways at least 2 wide so people can get in and out pretty evenly. Okay, that's not terrible. So that'll be another wall there so they can't get out. It's not the worst. It's more comfortable than what they currently have, so they can't complain too much, right? Theoretically, they can't complain too much, but they probably will. Okay, and we do have the Gravlight panels for this. If they're more comfortable, shoot, Mad Gazelle. Oh God, oh God. Okay, all right, let's draft everyone up. And then, how fast are you? Pretty fast. No, actually. Okay. What are you doing, Maddie? Oh God, you got shot, obviously. Oh my God, Sydney, holy shit. Jeez. Oh, you got shot twice. Oh my God, Sydney, what is your shooting? You have an 11 shooting. I mean, to be fair, Maddie was standing literally right. I don't know why. I set them both to attack, and Maddie decided to get up close and personal and also get in the way of Sydney's shooting, which is really funny. Oh my God, how do you get your right lung crushed by a gazelle hoof? That's crazy. You have dirt in your eye. That's nuts. Yeah, Dave, what are you doing? Yeah, and Maddie's been shot twice, which is just insane. Oh, every injury. Also, oh my God, you got shot 4 times, actually. That's amazing. Amazing things happening here. And Sydney's just going to go right back to building, as if nothing happened. Meanwhile, Sydney's going to be the one that's going to have to treat her friend Maddie for the injury sustained from her own bullets. Yep, there she goes. Oh no, she's feeding Wyshya. Wow, just... I know that at the end of the day, this was a failure on my part for not moving Maddie out of the way more quickly. But I was also kind of caught off guard by the fact that Maddie, who has a gun, instinctively went instead to run up and hit the Mad Gazelle, even though Sydney correctly used her weapon. It's not her shooting preference. I don't know. That's wild. That's so funny. No one's in like dire. Well, this is not great. That gunshot to the torso and spine is not ideal, but hey, it's good medical skill practice for Sydney, so she does need it. Yeah, that gave her a little bit. A good tent, that's good. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. What a disaster. We are gonna need a butchering table again. I don't think we brought one with us. We did not. Okay, that's fine. Pop it right there. Doesn't need to be anything fancy. I'm also really, like, the fact that we still have this Great Paul is really cool. I'm loving the effect that's having on everyone's mood. Like, it's increasing the break risk for Sydney just as soon as she goes outside. Good news is the crops are, I think, all planted, at least for them. And now that I'm thinking about it, there really isn't any point to planting cotton because the cotton will not remotely grow fast enough for us to have it ready to go before we leave in 2.6 days. Although, I will say, depending on how long it takes for them to heal from these injuries, it may be an extra day or two. We'll see. This is why it's going to be really nice to, if we can get Wyshya converted, or recruited, I guess, before we get to that point. The temperature's gone down a little bit more in there. Not much. So it'll be good that we can ventilate this space, and then she can be a little bit more comfortable. She's quite comfortable, so that's good. Her prison cell's terrible, but she is comfortable. What kind of bed is this? That's a normal bed. Normal bed. The intense pain, though, is gonna last for a while. 10 quality was pretty bad. Yeah. But I think she was tended to without any sort of medicine whatsoever, because we do not have herbal medicine. We only have industrial tech medicine, which we're not giving to prisoners. All right, Yeti should be up relatively soon, because she was only attacked by the gazelle as opposed to Maddie, who got attacked by Sydney. Oh my gosh. Sydney, I don't know if you watch these videos, but if you do, if you don't even, I'm going to let you know what you've done. And I will not accept responsibility for it. Okay, Yeti is healed. Oh wait, any better? Oh, it's just so slow. So slow. Okay, great. So we have the floor done. Let's slaughter Butcher Creature forever. And then, yeah, the entire gambit. Maddie's are cooked, so that actually won't get done for a bit. She's healing, actually, reasonably quickly. She should be back up in about a day. Oh, and we've detected another grav core. You've detected the energy signature of a grav core. The signal originates from an ancient dying reactor. The location is marked on the world map. Cracks in the reactor's shielding are leaking harmful material, bathing the nearby area in toxic fallout. The reactor itself will be heavily guarded by ancient security systems. Obtain grav cores and grav light panels, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so where is this? Oh, that's... Oh, in the complete opposite direction. In the Scarlands. I don't think I've ever been to the Scarlands before. Ruins of an ancient city, which was destroyed by weapons of mass destruction. Water here is toxic, and Scaria runs rampant among the animals. Mechanoids lurk among the shattered buildings, waiting to awaken and kill again. Damn, that's a terrifying place to be. I get the feeling that there's just the mildest of chances that our first hit of one of these locations will be the end of the run, but I guess we'll find out. Unfortunately, we're at right around the 33 minute mark now. So the worst cliffhanger, where we have Maddie recovering from gunshot wounds sustained by attacks from Sydney. We have not converted Wyshya yet, and they are still injured, which is a bummer. We're not exactly in the best positioning for this rescue yet, but I think we hopefully will be. Let us go ahead and queue up the walls for the new cell that we're gonna get. Oh, we can delete this actually. Let's do that. Let's remove this foundation, cancel this, and remove this foundation. I keep forgetting that we can do that. And then I think we'll be in good shape for the next run. Let's do steel door. Okay. Oh, and structure. Actually, we'll wait. Oh, let's do event here while we have it available. And then let's do another door here. That should work. Cool. Well, still working towards our goals here, but I'm excited. We're building up to something that I hope will be fun and hopefully will not result in the death of all of our colonists, because I would love for my first Rimworld series to end on like episode 7 when everyone dies. But it could be worse. If that does happen, at least it didn't end on episode 1. I'm sure that will happen eventually though. But I want to thank everybody for watching. If you've been keeping up with the series so far, thank you so much. And if you would like to see more, or if you would want to kind of keep up with when I release new videos, which for my Rimworld series, currently the schedule is Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at midnight. So 12 a.m. Monday morning, and so on. Feel free to like and subscribe. I'm also working on potentially adding a few new series unrelated to Rimworld, just to mix things up a bit and get more practice playing things alone, as opposed to my streams, which are generally more collaborative. But you're also welcome to catch me on Twitch. I currently stream on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Sundays are the days when I play Rimworld with chat, so you're more than welcome to come and hang out with us then. I've got the link in the description below. But other than that, we'll catch you next time. I hope everyone has a great day, and we'll see you soon. Take care.